We are back this time with a reaction to the Hell is Real match ending in a 2-2 draw. Mercifully for the Columbus Crew ending in a 2-2 draw. So I'm not really going to go over the first half because I enjoy talking about times in which the Crew are actually playing soccer, which is not what happened in the first half. The Columbus Crew did not play soccer at all in the first half, at least to me anyway. So in the first half, the Crew did nothing, and Cincinnati scored at the 36th minute. That sums up the first half for me as a fan of the Columbus Crew. That was my viewing experience of the first half of this game. In the second half, the Crew would actually look alive. Derek Etienne would be subbed in for Kevin Molino pretty early, thankfully. And in the 74th minute, Derek Etienne would score a goal assisted by Cucho Hernandez. So, hey, what do you know? Either Cucho Hernandez or Lucas El Rayon are involved in every single goal the Crew score. Derek Etienne also seems to be in a lot of those. So the usual names are popping up here, at least so far. This goal appeared to be, at least it could have been looked at as maybe offside. It scored at the 74th minute. This did not even go to VAR. The Cincinnati fans in the crowd were not very happy about that, as that would tie the game. However, immediately after this, FC Cincinnati, they kick it off after the goal, and they were immediately putting pressure on the Crew, and they would also score in the 77th minute to regain the lead at 2-1. That ball would go off of Steven Moreira. More on him a little bit later. That would deflect off of him and go in. Eloy Room, who knows if he saves it, even if it doesn't go off of him. It looked like a pretty wicked shot, but that deflection certainly did not help matters for the Crew. So they're down 2-1. There's 13 minutes plus stoppage time left, not looking very good. Yeboah would go in for Luis Diaz. Mohamed Farsi would sub in for Sands. Hurtado in for Aiden Morris. And these are all around the 80th minute or so in terms of substitutions for the Crew. Cincinnati, this ended up being huge by the end of the game. Cincinnati had a chance pretty late, I believe in the 88th or 89th minute, where they had Eloy Room out of position, but there were two Crew defenders back. They end up saving the shot. So it doesn't go in. That would have completely iced the game, even though it didn't look like the Crew were scoring with the time remaining, but that definitely would have iced it. It doesn't go in, and it turns out that there are going to be 6 extra minutes of stoppage time, so the Crew definitely have, at this point in the game, you know that they're going to have a decent shot of getting the equalizer if they're going to do it. 6 minutes is plenty of time. At first, there was a dangerous cross from the Crew that wasn't received. Jonathan Mensah shot went over the net for a goal kick for FC Cincinnati. I wrote when I was taking notes for this, I wrote bad throw in from the Crew basically seals it because the Cincinnati was getting possession with 90 seconds left. I figured that was about it. The Cincinnati FC would eventually kick it out of bounds again. There were more throw-in issues where it wasn't confirmed who was throwing it. They had trouble where they should throw it in at. It looked like a big mess. But Steven Moreira would receive not really a pat. It was more like a clear that went off of somebody. It was a really high clear of something. He gets it on his foot and it goes in the corner of the net. He scores it literally in the last minute of the game in the 96th minute in stoppage time. That pretty much wraps up the game. It is 2-2. I heard somebody on the broadcast on ESPN Plus say that once again Caleb Porter is shushing the crowd in Cincinnati. I don't like that. I understand being pumped because it looks like you were not getting anything. You end up getting a point on the road, which is that's the buzz phrase everybody says about MLS and the games. You got to get a point on the road. That's if you get a point on the road, that's a mission accomplished or whatever. I don't think that's something you should be shushing the crowd over. Getting a draw. I think that's something you should reserve for when you go in there and you dominate and you actually win and get 3 points. Especially when your first goal was scored under what was considered, especially then, to be under some questionable circumstances. But I guess if Caleb Porter's prerogative is shushing crowds after barely getting a point on the road, then I guess that's what he's going to do. I guess. Look, I'm not saying absolutely fire Caleb Porter, but I am sick and tired of the stop and start from the Crew, where they will look great and hungry and they'll attack on one half, and then in the next they'll just look like garbage and they won't do anything, and they'll look like they're playing for a tie when there's still a significant amount of time left in the game, or even when the game just starts. This game is weird for me as a Crew fan. It's nice to not lose to FC Cincinnati, but at the same time, it feels like if you do anything in the first half, and maybe if you don't, immediately let FC Cincinnati score after tying the game, then maybe you walk out. Maybe you steal 3 points in this one instead of just barely getting away with one. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you've made it this far, please feel free to leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it. Let me know what you think about the Hell is Real match that just transpired down in the comments down below. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you with the next one.